Hey guys, my name is Luuc of Luuc Muis Creations, and this is my 2019 Indian Scout Bobber. My background is I'm a product designer, and last year, actually very recently, I started my own company building custom bikes and doing a lot of other design work, also not motorcycle related. And yeah, this is one of those projects that got a little bit out of hand. I actually got into custom bikes when I was about 12, 13, first starting off with bicycles, designing stuff on paper, and that's also where my passion for design comes from. Eventually, when I turned 19, I got my motorcycle license and my first bike, and basically before I even got my license, I started taking the bike apart and customizing stuff and changing stuff I didn't like. And that was about 10 years ago, and now it's evolved into big projects, and yeah, that's basically how it got started. The build started off with a competition that Indian Motorcycles Benelux got out on designing a custom bike based on the Indian Scout Bobber, and this was basically my design. I put in on a 2D platform Photoshop. Last year at the bike shed, I got a phone call that I won, so I was really excited to go back home and start this project. Basically what I did is took the bike completely apart to the bare engine, 3D scanned that engine, and modeled all the frame parts in Fusion 360 to be CNC milled by Scheffers Engineering, who's a friend of mine up in Norway. I also needed a place to build the bike, which was one of my concerns. Luckily, a friend of mine, Bert-Jan from Outsiders Motorcycles, who you may know from his Husqvarna 701 Fit, who offered me a place to work in his garage, and that's where I built the Indian. Yeah, after I did all 3D modeling and sent off the files, I got a big box with 16 CNC aluminium milled parts back, and starting putting all the tubes together with these parts to end up with the frame. Next to that, it was up for me to build the custom gas tank, which is all handmade out of sheet metal, which is also part of the frame and holds all the electrics. That's why those buttons are there. And a friend of mine who is a fabulous airbrusher did all the logos on it, the Indian logo on the side, and of course my logo on the back of the gas tank, in a candy apple red. Well, basically at that point I got a front fork from Sierra Carbon. It's a Dutch company who makes ultralight fork tubes for racing, and they were so kind to sponsor me a set of them. They actually just weigh 6 kilos a set, and that's just extremely light. After we got those, we got up in the car, and me and Bert was actually sitting over there in the sun. Hi! We got into the van and drove down to a Krapavik, who were just as kind as Sierra Carbon to sponsor me a set of titanium pipes that are especially made for this bike. And they sound incredible, and now they are nice and colored, which was quite a big thing to get done, since I did run into some issues, of course, as none of these builds go perfect all at once. I had to change the complete ECU and wiring to something different than already I had something aftermarket, but I had to change everything again. And yeah, we got it up on the dyno, and actually it makes 7 more horsepower than original, and about 25 newton meters on torque more than original. Going to the back, we have also at front Brembo brake calipers, Motormaster rotors, TRW foot pegs and controls, a bullet K-Tech suspension bullet shock, which you can normally find as an aftermarket part for Ducati Scrambler. yeah, what else? Brembo front controls, nice Avon tires, a cool halo headlight, motor gadgets, mirrors. Did actually forgot the name of these exact mirrors. Ultra cut mirrors. Sorry. Then of course we have got the motor gadget gouge, and there's an M unit in the gas underneath the cover of the gas tank, showing the M unit, or it contains the M unit and the intake butterfly for the ignition system. There's an M lock and 2 other buttons for a light and starting it. There's a custom canister, or modified, as well as a Serra Carbon rear sprocket on some custom stainless steel rims. They kind of represent the white wall tires, as they are nice and shiny instead of doing the black. And yeah, and to top that off, underneath the leather seat that's handmade by old Dutch Leatherworks, which is really nice and it's quite comfortable, believe it or not. We got the Kellerman indicators, the alloys, which are really small and just perfectly fit the build. And what my biggest feature is, or the feature I like most, I think would be the Buffalo I had designed as the logo for the bike. It's really nice and small and set up in the rear link arm of the rear suspension. I think that's one of the coolest little details on the bike, as well as all the lock wires. And yeah, overall the way and look and the feel, and basically the sound, which is incredibly loud, as you can imagine. Fucking hurts. What did you say? Fucking hurts. Yeah, what? Sorry. What?
Mind your language.
Language, dude, language. I can cut it out. What did you think about the pipes?
What? Did you say anything?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. They're quite loud. They're quite loud. So yeah, that's basically the bike as a walkthrough. One of the questions as well is, what is your next project? Well, actually, the next project's already done. It was actually sent off today. Hey, Martin. The next project's actually already done. It's a V85 Goosey. I built for Vanguard as a marketing project, and it's a really nice scrambler with wooden inlays in the gas tank, custom seat, removable seat frame, some really nice features that make it quite a gentleman's scrambler, with a lot of 3D printed parts that are actually fully functional. And yeah, I hope to show you that one in the near future. But yeah, still needs to be kept a secret. The project after that I can already elaborate a little bit more on. It's actually gonna be my own MT-07, which I'm gonna completely transform into a dirt bike. And next to that I'm gonna do a electric motorcycle. No, a lot of people maybe like or dislike it, but yeah, we're gonna see what that's gonna turn out. And yeah, first is to hear the bike.
No, there's not.
What's your verdict on it?
I can't believe somebody really asked that.
It's quite loud. So I hope the speaker will pick up the sound a little bit more. Here's actually a video of the demo of the dyno. VDB Works, who's an incredible mechanic when it comes to aftermarket ECUs, and yeah, we'll start it up right now. These are not to be pussy, but yeah, here we go. Hopefully it starts up in one go because it's a cold start. It's quite hard to running sometimes.
M-Ride ready.
Almost.
Better.
Oh, sorry, I said, well, that's pretty loud. I hope you guys enjoyed. And of course, you can follow me on Luuc Muis Creations on Instagram and Facebook, or on my website, luucmuiscreations.com.